the choir. Can't you see that I'm on fire? Angels pull me higher. Demons try to hold me back, but the devil is a liar. I remember who believed in me, yeah. Tell me what the people see. Hey, you know, thoughts are a language of the spirit, bro. Like,
interesting.
Even you, like what you do artistically, it is very spiritual.
What is going on, everybody? This is the Producer Pod. My name is Raivis Ordway, and today we have a special guest with us, as all our guests are special. We got John Clark himself, who is a freaking beast on the mic. Killed it the last performance he just had recently.
Thank you.
And I'm really happy to have him here, pick his brain, and just see what he's all about.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I saw the post that someone else tagged you in, and you were like on the floor, like doing your performance. I was like, damn, this guy's so dynamic. I thought you were like this huge artist. I was like, I gotta reach out to him. The thing is, like, you're on the come up right now.
Definitely.
And I'm happy I'm catching you at this moment, because you got so, I just see the trajectory going.
I'm honored, man. I'm honored.
Yeah, so because we had the Cypher earlier today.
We did, yo.
And that's going to be on the Pod After Dark channel.
Yeah, I was going off the dome with it, you know?
Dude, yeah, I mean, I thought it was written.
Some of it did feel like it was written, but it wasn't.
Yeah, you had some hits that you were spitting off the top.
Yeah.
So that was dope, man. But how long you been in the rap game?
I guess you could say I've been in the rap game since 2017. That's when I put out my first single, which I still have on my current Spotify and Apple profile. It's called Where'd They Go? I don't know. I made the beat. I didn't engineer it. I put that out. I remember I had gotten a bunch of my friends together on GroupMe.
What's that?
It's this like group chat app.
Huh.
People still use it, I
before
think.
WhatsApp?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I just made like a promo team, and at the time I was at Howard University, and I was telling everyone, go stream it. And then I just pushed it.
And what happened with it?
I mean, it did well. It got like 2,000 plays.
Okay.
And then like people loved it. I thought it was amazing. It was the best I could do at the time.
Yeah.
You know, and looking back, I can definitely see a lot of my sound has stayed the same, but it has evolved slightly.
Right. I feel like there's a moment in time when, right before you release the track, you have all that anxiety of like, did you get it right? Like, is it perfect? You press the export button and you release it, the publish button, and all of the things that you thought you needed to change go to your brain, and you're like it just becomes more of a solid thing. You're like, damn, actually, I should have. The mix is not as good as I thought it was.
But see, on that first song I did, man, I spent so much time in the studio on it, because in my head I'm like, yo, I'm about to blow up off this first song. And so I was so like meticulous. I went back to the studio probably like 5 times just for that one song, which is kind of crazy, because now I can finish one song in one session. Like, my writing process now is so much faster than it used to be. Like, it actually used to take me time to like write stuff. Now I don't even write anything. Like, I'll make the beat or put the beat in there and just go. Yeah.
Where do you think that comes from?
Well, I spent like 2 solid years just freestyling.
Okay.
So I would go to an open mic. And this is from the years of 2016 to like 2017, 18. I'd go to an open mic, play one of my beats that I would make, and just freestyle. You know? And I would just keep doing it, just freestyling. And it used to be this almost like a game I'd play with myself, where it'd be like, dang, I wonder what I'm going to say this time. I don't know. But, you know, but it's like the fact that the people in the audience would see me up there and they knew I was freestyling, it's almost like they gave me more grace when I would mess up. And then it would just be like a fun time.
Damn, that's cool. Because that takes a lot of like ability, a lot of courage. Because you have like this, for me, like I would have this fear of like messing up in front of everyone. And like, what if I said something stupid? And then you're like, damn. Because I know the first time that I would do something, I'm not doing it great. I remember emceeing one of my first shows, because I used to throw like events for, because I wanted to put my music on. And so I was like, I'm going to create a showcase of other artists so I can say, hey, this is the club that the club was called Tropicalia.
Okay, that's a cool name.
Yeah, they graciously allowed me to perform there, and so I wanted it to be like a package thing. It's not just like let Raivis perform, like no, I want to put on a whole show for you guys.
Yeah.
So it's like more than just me. So I emceed it with my friend Cordell, who was the front desk receptionist at the place I used to live.
Okay.
So it's just just grabbing people from around you and trying to make it work. But it was funny because I remember that the first show, I did not get the concept of crowd reaction or like trying to crowd participation.
Okay.
So that we'd have a whole bunch of people just standing there far away from the stage, and I didn't tell them to come closer or anything. Just like make them relax.
I feel you.
So that awkward tension. So I remember, the first times aren't always the best.
No, I feel you, bro. For me, I guess I just had an early start in being in front of crowds. Because my mom, she had put me in all of these like oratorical competitions where I would like give speeches. Even before oratorical? That. Yeah.
What is that?
Okay, so an orator is somebody who you're giving like a speech or addressing a crowd.
Right.
And so there's these things called oratorical competitions where like you'll literally memorize a speech, recite it for a panel of judges, and then they'll choose a winner.
Interesting. So it doesn't matter what you
they'll give you like a prompt. So like I had topics of things like, how does Martin Luther King Jr.'s dream relate to the struggle for racial equality in 2015, something like that. And then you write a speech on it and then give it. So I've been used to being in front of people like my whole life. Even when I was like 5, 6, 7, like I was in plays and stuff like when I lived in Minnesota. And so now it's like I don't get nervous at all when it's time to perform. I just be ready to do it.
That's sick.
Yeah.
That is a talent, actually.
I'm thankful. Because it's like eventually you get exposed to the same thing again and again and again and again.
Yeah.
You just get used to it.
Where's like I kind of look at artists that I look up to. Like for instance, I really love San Holo.
Okay.
You've heard of San Holo?
The name sounds familiar. So what type of music does he make?
He makes like EDM, existential dance music.
Okay.
So I saw him live, and I just like was looking at him. He looked like this. It's like he was glowing.
Yeah.
And so I just saw the life in him when he was performing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like he had to have done probably like 150 to 200 shows that year.
Dang.
And so I'm thinking
shows.
I'm thinking like, how do you have that much like life every time you perform?
Yeah.
Like he just looked so like he looked at me. I remember him pointing, and I'm like, damn, like they changed my life.
Oh man.
Like, that feeling when someone you look up to does that.
Oh, for sure.
So it's like that, and I'm just thinking like, man, how do you keep it fresh every show? Like, how do you have that like that light in you?
Well, see, for me, it's like I have so much fun making music. So just off rip, just making music, I enjoy it. And so my favorite song I put out last year, Angels Everywhere, I love that song. Like, I literally love that song. Like, if I could take that song and make it a person, like, I would have a relationship with that person.
Really?
That's how I feel about that song.
Would you marry it?
That song to me is kind of like an angel.
Okay.
So I wouldn't even do that.
But you would commit to it?
For sure,
okay.
Like, we're locked in.
All right.
And so, like, when that song comes on specifically, it's like, because these people are here and this is a moment we've never experienced before, and even though we have this song that's already been out, you're still never going to see these circumstances like this. And it's like, I made the beat by the grace of God. We doing these things. Everyone's jumping up and down. I could never not have fun doing it.
Right.
And so for me, it's like, it's just already fresh. Like when I performed that at the show at Union Stage, I couldn't even sing it. I was just shouting the lyrics because it was just, I love that song so much.
Like you just feel electricity running through your body.
Exactly. I mean, a part of my soul is in that song. Especially me too. Like sometimes, and you're a producer too, so like when you're making the beat and then you're rapping over it, it's like, it's a lot.
Magic just happens.
Yeah. Yeah.
Actually, while we were discussing that, it kind of made me think about the climate of today's like relationships and like how it's harder for people to have like committed relationships nowadays.
Yeah, you're right.
What is your take on that? Because like, why do you think that is?
Oh man, the whole relationship thing of today's day and age, I think is extremely less than desirable.
Oh, really?
I think most people would agree. Because it's like, like we're talking about music, we're talking about the culture. The stuff that people talk about right now in hip hop and R&B, it's toxic. And if you listen to it, you're not gonna be in a happy, committed relationship with, you know, healthy boundaries and things of that nature.
Sexy Red talking about doing some.
Yeah, bro. And it's like artists like, you know, you mentioned Sexy Red, and then there's others. It's like, this isn't gonna lead you in the right direction. And for me, like, I understand that these artists, most of them, they just want money. Like Sexy Red, she's just doing this for money. They're not thinking about the impact. But as we look at the impact and you just talk person to person to person, I think real love is rarer right now.
Because I even noticed in Megan Thee Stallion, you kind of kept up with her a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I see stuff. I don't like listen to her music
like,
OD, but I see.
Yeah, she had to take a step back recently, and it's because she had like a mental health issue.
She did speak on that,
and I thought it was interesting because she's always just kind of like this alpha woman, you know, like, hey, we got to get ours type of attitude. Yeah. But I could tell that like that persona weighs on her, and that she really is
probably does
this more delicate and fragile than she puts on, and so like she has to keep putting this on. It's like eventually you're gonna have to look at yourself in the mirror and be like real with yourself. So
yeah, if you're not being yourself 100%, you will definitely crack, if you will, eventually.
That's what I love about music too, because it's like that one channel that just goes through you, and it's like that real just comes out. It's like that
for sure,
that message.
If you're being honest though, because I mean, you talked about, you know, the current state of love in today's day and age. I mean, we could also talk about the state of just originality and creativity in music right now, which in my opinion is horrible.
Yeah, there's not much originality right now.
Like sometimes I'm listening to some artists and they're just saying all the same things again and again and again, and I'm thinking to myself like what did you actually do today? How do you actually feel right now? Because you didn't even do this. You might have did this years ago, but you're not even doing this right now. You know, like, and that's why my favorite artists, even to this day, are still like Juice WRLD, XXXTentacion. And I'm mentioning those two artists because like they were just brutally honest, like brutally honest. And, you know, they're still putting up numbers like they're alive. You know, and then like with my music, my goal is like I gotta be honest, man. I gotta talk about what I'm actually doing in life. That's why there's certain things you just never hear me talk about because I never did that.
Yeah, I noticed a lot of your stuff is very positive, like like especially during the cypher. Like it was something about like this will be the best night of our life or something like that.
Yeah, for sure.
And it was like it was very punk rock kind of emo, like with the delivery, but I could tell that it just was coming through you, and you were like leaning back into it, and this is the best night of my life.
Yeah, best night of my life.
Yeah. So you were channeling that from somewhere though. Like, who are your influences?
Honestly, my sound is 100% still stuck in 2016, bro. If you go back and like just look at the albums that were dropped that year, like 2016 through 2017, I didn't know the time I was living in. Now, mind you, I didn't start listening to rap until 2015. Like actively listening to hip hop. Before, I would just hear stuff that come on the radio. So my first album that I ever listened to, like intentionally, beginning to end, What a Time to Be Alive, with, you know, Drake and Future. So I listened to that. I'm listening to Jumpman. I'm listening to Plastic Bag, and I'm just like, this is crazy. So I start listening to more Future. Then I found out about Metro Boomin, and now, you know, we're dipping into 2016 now. And, you know, I keep listening to the music. You know, I'm still listening to Dirty Sprite 2. I'm listening to Travis Scott. You know, I'm seeing this short, pink, dread-headed guy, Uzi. He's coming out of nowhere now.
Yeah.
I'm listening to, like, his stuff, and I'm like, this, like, the whole melodic rap just captivated me completely.
And, like, things are getting edgier and edgier.
Yeah.
Because, like, him saying, like, all my friends are dead, like, that was out of the blue. Like, that's crazy to say.
Yeah, when he dropped that song, like 2017, nobody was on that type stuff.
No one understood what he was talking about.
I thought he was talking about money.
Yeah, I mean, that is what he was talking about.
Yeah, I didn't actually think he was saying all of his friends are, like, dead.
Yeah, but that was the whole vibe, like, no new friends. Like, that was...
For sure.
Like, that was the message back then. It was kind of like, I'm going to stick to my group and not really branch out. But I think that comes from, like, being used a lot, and like that's what they were going through. They felt like
for sure
they couldn't be themselves around everyone. They had to keep their energy to specific people.
And I think Drake really did give us that a lot, like on his, you know, Take Care and his earlier stuff. He was actually being like honest and emotionally vulnerable.
Yeah.
And, you know, it turns out all of these people related to that because it's like most of us have had similar experiences, you know, but people be trying to cap and act like they ain't never been sad before.
Right. Yeah, because it's crazy that we look at these songs and they're such big hits and we think that they're perfectly written because we remember every word.
Yeah, like Tuesday, for instance. You know, by I Love McConan. He's literally making a song about not being able to party on the weekends because he's working. So he's going to the club on a Tuesday.
Right.
I mean, that's sad in and of itself, going to the club on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
Like, for me, like, bro, what are you doing?
Have you been to a club on a Tuesday?
No, I don't think I have.
It's actually not as bad as it sounds.
I don't think I have been to a club on a Tuesday.
You actually find a lot of, like, tourists because that's when they don't pick what day that they're in town sometimes. Like, if they're in town from Monday to Friday, they're going to party pretty much every night.
I've definitely been to the club alone several times, just on some solo.
I prefer that.
Lone wolf missions.
What is that like for you?
It's definitely a different feel than walking in there with a group, and it basically just forces me to be social.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm either gonna, you know, talk to the women that are there or just keep to myself and be mysterious. I guess you get to choose.
What's that like? Are you what's your like go-to line when you see a cutie and you're like, I'm gonna feel a little flirty today?
I don't have a go-to line. I definitely just try to work off the environment. You know, I might like what she has on. I don't tell girls I like what they got on unless I actually like it too. Right. So like if I give a girl a compliment, I ain't just compliment her just to try to make something up. Or even sometimes I'm like, I've even asked a girl up front, like, yo, are you having fun right now in here? Yeah. Like, I walk into a club. If she's just standing there, I'm like, yo, are you having fun in here? And then 9 times out of 10, they'll actually tell me, like, nah, this is whack. I'm not having fun at all. And then that'll start a conversation. So, you know.
Yeah, I think being real, that's what's so hard for people to do when you meet someone for the first time. Yeah. You get all these guys trying to put on a facade and be like, oh, I'm going to try to woo her with this story. Or
it's not going to work.
I mean, it kind of distracts them. But then as soon as they feel that real energy, actually like checking in on them, like caring about what they think.
Absolutely.
They're like, whoa. That's why I've noticed like some girls that I've like had just short interactions with. Like I could tell that they really appreciated that interaction because it wasn't some generic same thing. Hey, what do you do? You know, how's your night? Like this boring conversation was like, like you're really real with them. So
absolutely, yeah. I try to be real, man. I'm not gonna pretend like I've never capped before.
Oh no, I definitely.
Obviously, I've fabricated stuff here and there, like for sure. But as I'm getting older, I'm starting to see like 9 times out of 10, if you got to jump through a bunch of hoops to try to impress anybody, it's probably not worth it.
I don't know. There is a point of like wanting to put your best foot forward.
Absolutely.
And not always the ones that don't give it up the easiest aren't always the ones you should give up on. You know.
Yeah.
Because sometimes they just have a hard time trusting, or they've got their own personal issues. So if you really want to just explore, you know, just because something can be a little bit difficult, I always give there's like a leniency of like a room for error.
Absolutely, man. You never know what people are going through. I think I even told you earlier, like I try not to judge people because you don't fully know what somebody experienced. Even if they look bad in a situation, they could actually be doing good for them.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't judge people's circumstances. So, I'm trying to think. So what? So how many performances have you done?
This year so far, I've only had one. I did the Union Stage night. I got another performance coming up. Only Vibes. It's January 26th. Shout out Anti-Norm for the opportunity. And then February 10th, I'm hitting Philly on Mark Bravo's tour. So that's going to be cool. That'll be my first time performing in Philadelphia. So that's going to be dope. And then coming up in March, I'm not even going to front. I think me and Aqua and Sterling, we gonna push the Pie Shop down on 8th Street.
Oh, I love that place.
Yeah, bro. I think we gonna do that again and just try to call up the Avengers and just pack that joint out.
That'd be awesome. I love the pecan pie.
I've actually never had pie there. I've only been there for their shows.
I didn't even know they had shows. They have a stage
upstairs.
and everything?
Yo, upstairs is like a whole stage.
Oh, sick.
No, it's crazy.
So yeah, you were briefly mentioning the people you were performing with yesterday. Well, earlier today when you were talking about your performance, and I wanted to kind of get the original, the story behind the people that you know, and like how that, like how'd you meet some of the artists that you love like to work with or that you're performing with? Absolutely.
So, I'll start with Lean. I actually saw Lean perform August 2021. And so, like, she rocked out. It was like an art showcase, and there was even like visual artists there too. And then, interestingly enough, she ended up being my coworker. We were like both like teaching children at like this day school over in DC. And then I was like, wait a second, I know you. You performed at this thing, and she was like, yeah. And so, okay, we had gotten locked in from there. And then for Blasian, I literally met Blasian last year. I went to one of his shows. His music is raw. And he's like super, what's the word I'm looking for? Happy-go-lucky.
Okay.
Like he's just like super approachable. Like, you know what I'm saying? And so I was like, yo, I want you on this lineup. Yeah. He said, I'm down. If you can stay. Yeah, basically just hop in the van, bro. And then Aqua, you know, I've been locked in with him since 2018. I helped him record some of his first songs, and he's going crazy right now with the Afro beats. Jayla, I think I helped her record her first song too. I met her through a mutual friend back in like 2020.
Okay.
And so she's doing great right now. Like she's got like a management team, like the Barzini family. And so like she's doing great.
Yeah, the Barzini. That sounds like some like high designer, Barzini.
Nah, it's a cool name. Yeah, it's a cool name. And then we got Easy Truth, bro. I met Easy Truth when I was like 10, bro. Like I met him at the
on the playground.
Low key, it was at like this homeschool collective thing because we was both homeschooled.
Okay.
And so I met him. I met his mom, and when I met him, he was actually in a wheelchair. I thought he couldn't walk.
Damn.
But he just it was like an injury. And then we just stayed in contact with the peoples. Let me think. Am I forgetting anybody? I don't think I'm forgetting anybody. Blasian, Jayla, Lean, Aqua, me. That's 5. Was there another performer?
And
Saint Nick. He performed there too. I met him also 2018 at Montgomery College.
Oh, sick. Yeah, I went there too. So a lot of these artists that you perform with, they're like features on your songs too?
I actually haven't made a lot of music with all of them. I've collabed with Jayla. We've got 2 songs together, Purple Rose and then Purple Rose 2, which is off of Red Rose 3.
Okay.
And then Aqua, we got Lost for Words. Me and Blasian 100% have something in the works as of right now. I just want to put it out this year. And then as of right now, that's it. But I'm down to work with any of them for sure. I don't do a whole lot of features, obviously, because, you know, I just don't do a lot of features. Like most people just don't.
Is it harder to work with people? Like what's the main reason?
I think the main reason is everybody kind of just be in their own world a lot. But as I stop and think about it, it might make more sense to do more collabs.
Yeah, especially if you guys are performing in similar times or even on the same stage.
Yeah.
It'd be cool to bring, because you're also bringing, they've got their audience, so now you're merging your audiences together.
Yeah, that's facts.
That's what a lot of people do. It's kind of like a business, 2 businesses coming together, because that's what you are. You know, you're as an artist, you're
2
your
brands.
own business. Yeah, 2 brands. So you're kind of taking both of the audiences and merging them.
No, you're right. I need to do more collabs, and I will. It's going to be an interesting year for sure. Like, I just want to keep the momentum going. I want to keep the numbers going up.
How was last year?
2023 was dope. 2023 was also crazy. It had some really high highs and some super low lows. I can't even go into complete detail. That's how crazy it was. Like, we get into January, I was chilling-ish. I'm working. We get into February. I'm working. Okay.
Working at teaching?
Yeah. Yup. St. Patrick's Episcopal Day School. Shouts out to them.
Where do you teach?
I was teaching the kindergartners. I was more so watching them, but every now and then we would do a lesson. It was like after school care.
Okay.
But like high scale after school care.
Oh, dope.
And then, bro, we get into March, and then March was just like a crazy month for me, bro. Like, I'm laying in my bed one night, and then it's just like, this is gonna sound crazy, bro. I had an angelic encounter, like March 23rd of 2023. It was like this energy was in the room. I could feel it in the room. I couldn't even move, and it was like, it was intense. I was hearing this frequency. It was like ringing out of both of my ears, but also like in my ears simultaneously. I knew what was happening. I was fully conscious. And then it was like 3 beings in my room, but then like they came a little closer. And then even it got to a point where I had felt something almost drop on me. And you know what it feels like when you're laying on your bed and somebody sits on your bed and you feel the bed go down?
Yeah.
My bed literally went down a little bit. And I was almost like shook. And then like they was all white, and then the energy slowly faded. They went back to wherever they came from, and then I sat up straight. I was literally feeling myself to make sure, like, am I still like, am I even here, or like, am I like out of body right now? I don't even know. And then that's when I got this strong unction to make a beat. I opened my laptop, and then like the sounds were just there, and that's when I made Angels Everywhere, Close Your Eyes and Look, which was my most like successful song of last year.
Damn.
And it's still a fan favorite.
So did they say anything? Like, what was
100%, but like the communication, it was like telepathic, and it wasn't English this time around. So like the energy I was getting was like,
was it Chinese?
That's our earthly language.
Yeah,
they can speak that though.
Yeah,
but like it was a download. That's the best way I can describe it. It wasn't like a hey John yada yada. It was just like I was receiving this energy, and then I just took that, and then boom, that's what that beat is for Angels Everywhere. Close Your Eyes and Look.
I've had some times where I would make like whole beats in my sleep, and
that's
then
crazy.
I wake up and I get so excited because I just made something sick, and then I realize I forgot, and I didn't even do anything. So it's like I'm working.
Hearing melodies in your dreams, in the moment, it's crazy, but then you wake up, you never remember it.
It sucks. I mean, sometimes I do, and I'll run to my phone, and I'll like I'll get a voice memo, and I'll try to imitate it, but it's like, it's so weird because there's a point in time where I was producing for like 12 hours a day, being like, all right, I've just got to get really good at this.
Wow.
I'm just gonna like,
that's crazy, Raivis. Name, bro. 12 hours a day. That's the whole day.
More than that, like I would sometimes forget to eat, and I would just be locked in. And the way I wasn't even good at making beats. Like I didn't consider myself that good.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, so I wasn't even that good at making beats. I'd been making music for about 5-6 years, but I didn't consider my stuff at that pro level. I didn't even start making money off of music until probably 8 years in, or 7-8 years in.
That's real.
Because I didn't feel like I was ready enough, and that's actually one of the things I would change. Looking back, I'd have been like, I was ready from like year 3 or 4.
Yeah.
But it was the confidence to put myself out there and
gotta
start charging.
have the confidence. Sometimes the confidence is almost even more important than the sound. Sometimes.
Yeah, actually, nowadays, I think it's the relationship you have with that person is even more important than the music.
Bro, relationships are everything.
Because if you're just a fun person, like a good person to be around, that person's gonna want to build with you.
Yeah.
And then the talent, the coming up with music. Did you put your seatbelt on?
Yeah, I just put on my seatbelt. It's a little seatbelt belt.
What is that? Is that your utility belt? You low key Batman or something?
You know.
Are you fighting crime?
Yeah.
Damn.
I'm not gonna say I'm not fighting crime. I am definitely fighting crime.
You're an active crime fighter.
Yeah, bro. It's a lot of negative entities out here.
Ninjas
There's
out
some
there.
demons out here, bro.
Yeah.
I got some stories. I could tell you some stories, bro.
Let me hear something.
Bro, I literally, like, I don't know how deep you're trying to get on this podcast, but in 2012, June 14th, I believe it's a Saturday. That's when, like, bro, I was literally attacked by a demon, bro. I was laying in my bed, and it started out as like a sexual dream.
Okay.
I accepted the dream, but then I woke up, and I was in like an in-between trance-like state. I couldn't move. Literally, this demon came out of nowhere, and it was like on me, like behind me, and I could sense this negative energy, and it was just pure evil, and I was terrified.
Did you wet the bed?
I didn't pee, but I couldn't move, and I was like, dang, I'm trying to like finesse. You know, I told you earlier, I'm raised in the church, so I'm like, I'm trying to say Jehovah. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, if I could just say Jehovah, I think that would change things.
Okay.
Because I couldn't even barely speak. So I just barely whispered the word. I was just like, Jehovah. And then this demon, like, it almost like it froze. I couldn't turn around and look at it, but I knew it was right behind me. And in my ear, I literally heard this thing say, it was like, Jehovah? With a question mark. The voice sounded like 3 voices put together.
Oh, yeah.
It was like layered. One was like at this pitch, one was at a slightly lower pitch, and the one was at a lower pitch. And it was just evil. And then it faded away, and I could get up and move. I never forgot that, you know.
Interesting.
And that wasn't even my first time, low-key.
Do you think that part of it is just like inner dialogue, that it's like coming out, and you just, it's like a conflict going on and mentally that you're dealing with? Or because that's kind of the way I see these supernatural things. It's like, it's actually projections from your inner thoughts that are coming out, and you're trying to make tangible reason for them. But maybe it's because you've been suppressing certain things.
I think it is definitely possible to misinterpret actual like spiritual communication, but it's like just you. Like, and I'm guilty of this too. There have definitely been times when I thought I was hearing God say this or that, but it was 100% coming from my own mind. But then there's definitely been other times when I wasn't even actively thinking about anything, God included. Like, I'm just vibing, and then like, boom, like stuff is like dropped in my spirit. Like, even one of my homies called me one time at night. It was like 3 a.m. And then he was like, this girl had taken his glasses, and he really needed his glasses. He couldn't see. I'm half awake, half asleep. Out of nowhere, boom. I know that he's about to get jumped. It was like God just told me, yo, he's about to get jumped. Tell him to run. I told him, bro, you need to leave and get out of that area right now. Stop calling for this girl. Stop looking for her. She has set you up.
Damn.
30 seconds later, 5 individuals pop up out of nowhere, pull up on him, and try to rob him and almost catch him. But because he had started moving towards the subway, he was able to hop on a train and get away.
Oh, okay.
And so in a situation like that, it's like, yeah, I didn't make that up in my head. Like, he was actually about to get jumped. You know what I'm saying?
Where was this?
He was in New York. I was in D.C.
And you just could sense something? Like, he was FaceTiming you or something?
Nah, we was just on the phone. It wasn't even FaceTime.
Interesting. So you just had a sense that this girl set him up.
It was the Holy Spirit, bro. Like, sometimes, and that's the thing, like, you got angelic communication, and then you've got, like, the Holy Spirit communication. Like, and as you probably know, so Christians, we believe the Holy Spirit, it dwells within us. So, like, is your thing tweaking? Bro, like, fix your mic.
I don't even know.
You gotta rotate
I gotta
it.
start talking like this. Hold on. I'll just, from now on, I'll just talk like this to you, because this thing is messing up.
If you can tighten it right, no?
It's weird. I think it might be, it's a moody mic.
But if you, because you can tighten it from this thing. Twist this thing.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
But as I was saying, so it's like, you got the Holy Spirit is dwelling, like, within me. So, like, my spirit and the Holy Spirit, them joints is like, boom, locked in. But then, like, angels, they are also spirits, but they're not, like, dwelling within me. So in that situation where I knew he was about to get jumped, that wasn't even like any type of delayed time. That was just like an instant knowing, boom, this is about to happen from the Holy Spirit. But in terms of like some of the music I make, 100% inspired by angels. And people don't even be knowing, like, a lot of people think when you have an angelic encounter every time, or you get communication from an angel, it's going to appear in physical form and like talk to you. Sometimes that will happen, but sometimes another way it happened is thoughts. A lot of people talk about like demons, or demons in your head, or demons in your mind. They communicate with thoughts, and they can make those thoughts seem like it's coming from you. Angels are also able to do this, and they can just interject ideas. And now you got to have that discernment. So if you got discernment, you'll know, all right, nah, that was a demon. Okay, that was an angel. Because like some people hear thoughts and they'll even tell you, yeah, I had this idea to like throw this baby out of a window.
Oh, man.
That was a demon, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that is not a natural human thing to do to a child.
Right.
You know. But yeah, bro. And so those are the things that that's just my world. Like, even mentally, like, I'm starting to become way more conscious of what's going through my mind, because, you know, thoughts are a language of the spirit, bro. Like,
interesting.
even you, like, what you do artistically, it is very spiritual.
Yeah, I think so. I think there's but I also think that we are not our thoughts.
I agree.
That we are just a product of like, we are in this vessel that is like in the now, and then our thoughts, we can determine what thoughts we will actually take action on. And like, sometimes when you have, like, let's say, like, some really dark thoughts, it's easy for you to think, oh, I'm just a dark person, because it's like, why would I think such dark things? Like, I don't know, maybe it's my ADHD. Whenever I'm on a tall, like, I'm really high up, I'm looking down.
You think about jumping, don't you?
And I'm like, what would it be like if I just jumped right now?
I've had similar thoughts,
and it's not that I'm like thinking, oh, I want to kill myself or whatever, or like off myself or whatever. I don't know how to say it on YouTube, but whatever. Unalive myself.
That's usually what they say.
Yeah, but that's not the thing. Is I'm a very positive person. I've got so much. I will never do that. You know, like,
no, I feel you, bro. Maybe you just want to know what it feels like to fly, and just feel that wind going through your body. You know, as you're just free.
It's not even that. For me, it's the not wanting to fall. So I think of the worst case scenario.
Yeah.
And so I'm thinking, oh, if that happened, that would suck. And then all this stress comes in my body. And I get all tense, and I look, and I have this fear. And then I have to remember, like, that's what, like, in martial arts, they taught you, like, your first reaction is always the best reaction.
For sure.
Even when you're, like, defending yourself, like, or how you attack, like, you need to rewire that process. And the same thing goes for the thoughts and learning anything, like, the process of what it takes to get to that point.
Nah, for sure, man. I mean, it says even in the Bible, guard your heart above all else. That's where the issues of life flow. So it's like, when you're thinking about, like, your mind, your heart, you got to have some sort of filter of the stuff that's coming in. You cannot accept everything and just take it into your heart and allow it into your aura.
Yeah.
Because it can affect your spirit if certain things are left unchecked.
Yeah, my new 2024 resolution is no new friends.
Yeah. Oh, man. Hey, man, 2024, man, we're going to put them on the news or something.
Well, put who on the news?
Everyone? It's a song reference.
Oh, okay.
We're going to put them on the news.
On a Tuesday. But but I'm trying to think. 'Cause I like getting deep like this. Were you always...
Me too.
Were you always so spiritual?
I ain't even gonna lie to you. I did not have a choice, man. My entire life. I mean, my parents are both ministers.
Oh, wow.
But then on top of that, when I was younger, like, before I even, like, seen anything, like, that I know of angelic, I 100% was seeing demons, bro. Like, I seen a shark one time just swimming in the air at 3 a.m. in my room.
What the heck?
All black eyes. And I'm just like, wow. I never forgot that. Another time I seen, like, you know, binoculars. You seen binoculars, right?
Yeah, I have some.
Imagine binoculars, right? But, like, with 3, like, spider-like tentacles coming out on each side. And each, like, binocular side is, like, a huge, like, eye.
See, I feel like you would have the perfect brain to make album art.
I wouldn't even want to see that creature again. But I'm bringing this up to say, like, you know, and I know everybody has their beliefs. It's cool. I'm just telling, you know what I'm saying, my story. Like, me and the whole, like, spiritual thing is just it's always been a part of my life. Seeing things, hearing things, maybe knowing things. Because it's been real to me. And I know it's actually real. But there is a veil. Everybody don't be seeing. Everybody don't be hearing. It's almost like music. Like, some people can do this really well, and some people cannot. And they're going to have to reach out to somebody who can do this to help them out, to show them, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so, yeah,
I agree with that.
got some testimonies and things, some things that's happening. Even, like, stuff is happening in the world, bro. Like, a lot of people in Miami were reporting seeing an alien walking around the mall. I don't know if you've seen that.
Oh, is that a thing that's happening right now in the news?
It happened like a week ago. It was all over TikTok. A lot of it was on TikTok.
So what, this alien was just doing?
It was at the
Sunday
Bayside Mall.
or something like that?
Yeah, it was like at the Bayside Mall. At first, it was like maybe they said it was like a scuffle with teenagers, but then multiple people reported seeing like 7 to 8 foot tall cloaked figures. Like,
was it LeBron James?
You work for the FBI.
Yeah, I did. Damn, you caught me, man.
Oh man, got you.
Yeah.
You're CIA agent.
I'm not undercover anymore.
But even in rap, I mean, people talk about aliens. You know, people talk about.
So you believe
demons.
in extraterrestrials?
Yes and no.
So why do you say that?
I say yes because there's 100% realms other than this one. I think pretty much everybody would agree to that. But I don't know if I'd call them aliens. Like, I think a lot of the things that we're seeing or like that people have seen. Man, this is such a loaded topic.
You think it's like a merge of dimensions?
Yeah, but I mean, there are beings that can travel interdimensionally. Like, angels can go dimension, demons can go dimension. But I also do believe that there are other civilizations on this landmass far away that people don't know about. Other intelligent life. I'm not even going to get into that. I believe in aliens. We'll just say yeah. Okay, I do.
Yeah. So my mind went straight to Katy Perry and the song Extraterrestrial.
Okay.
With Kanye West. That was like a big song. I got ADHD, so I'll just jump to the first thought I have in my head.
I've been doing the same thing. I mean, all of these people are talking about these beings. You know, it's very common. You know, I think in a matter of time we'll even see way more visitations and people are gonna start seeing stuff.
I wonder how we're gonna adapt. Like, what's the thing on us, or like the ability we're gonna have in 150 whatever amount of years
if the Earth even makes it that far.
If we even make it that far. Because I just saw a drone. I saw a video of this drone that is artificially flown. Like, it does it by itself. It flies itself. And it's so fast, you can't catch it. You have to remotely say, come back to me, and it will. Then it also has a detonation. Like, it also has, like, a certain amount of explosive in it. And it can just, boom, right into, like, a guy's head and explode it.
It's crazy.
And I'm thinking, oh, my gosh, they've already created that technology.
The technology we have is crazy.
It makes me fear for the next 20 years of, like, what type of, like, military technology, if that gets into the wrong hands, what could happen to civilization?
Man, tensions are definitely rising. I'm quite sure in my lifetime I will probably see World War III at this point. And then it's like a lot of that technology, like, I know they got technology that we don't know about.
Oh yeah,
obviously. I will say I am thankful to be in America. I do think we have probably the best military in the world.
I'm not sure that America kind of has a target on their back.
Yeah. For sure.
There's a lot of other countries that maybe being part of that could be a little bit under the radar and not such a point of tension.
Yeah, but I mean, from my understanding and from what I know, if we didn't have the biggest stick, we would have been taken over by now. I can guarantee you that. Because like the amount of dirt America has done, and listen, I'm a patriot. This nation has made a lot of mistakes.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like if the people who wanted to get at us, you know, obviously they're plotting, but we're plotting too. I mean, the way I see it, I just feel like a stage is being set right now for just a major World War III.
Dang.
You know, when you look at what's happening in the Middle East, Israel, Palestine, Gaza, Yemen, I believe, was recently bombed. It's a lot to unpack. I don't fully understand everything that's going on. I don't.
Yeah.
I'm very much so just, you know, still turning in my homework and paying taxes in the midst of all of this.
It's easy to be oblivious to what's going on if it's not happening right next to you or affecting you directly.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say I'm oblivious, but as of right now, it's not affecting me.
Right.
So it's chill. But I don't know, years from now.
Well, yeah, I wasn't gearing it towards you. I was saying just
got you, okay.
Generally how people kind of view things, and we're kind of in a bubble in a sense. And until it really affects us. Like, I'm sure there's stuff still happening in Syria that we haven't even heard in the news, just because it's the news cycle. It just is like, all right, what's the new thing that we need to talk about?
Literally, man, the news be controlling the masses, man.
Yeah, there's a lot, I'm sure, is going on that we have no idea is happening.
Literally.
But it's so strange that is like certain people's reactions to doing like such evil things is like they feel okay with themselves, that they're willing to do those things.
Yeah, like that Epstein list. I'm sure you've seen that.
No, actually, I've been oblivious to that.
Yeah, bro, it's been like a couple names put on it, and people have been talking about it. I almost feel scared even talking about it. I don't even really talk about it.
You think something could happen from just like people talking about it?
I mean, everyone's talking about it online. It ain't really a secret. People know who Jeffrey Epstein is, or was, I should say. People have heard about the island. You know, some say it's real, some say it's not real.
They say they have some really big names on there, like even Obama is on there.
Yeah.
But it doesn't necessarily mean that they all did those crazy things that people are accusing them of.
Facts.
So it's hard to make sense of it. I don't even partake in that type of news. I don't,
that's real.
Like
I don't blame you.
Yeah.
The rabbit hole is deep.
Yeah.
It's a deep rabbit hole.
Yeah, it's just a lot to uncover, and I don't know what to believe. And
sometimes it be hard to know what to believe, and that's why, like, I just really be keeping the main thing, bro. Like, I am not trying to be no type of hero. God has put me here to do a specific work. I'm doing it. It is succeeding, and I'm gonna just keep doing what I'm supposed to do. Keep making this money on, you know.
Money on.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I'm curious to see where you're gonna be in the next like 2-3 years, because I think that you're gonna be huge. Because I mean, I know deep down you have that sound, that wave. I think it just comes from a cool place, and I love your sound.
Thank you so much.
It's amazing. So
thank you.
I hear you got a new single you're trying to push. What's called Run?
Yes, sir.
And I listened to that, and it's super dope. It's doing pretty well.
Thank you. It's doing great, man. You know, if you see my boys outside, no, you can't run away. And
yeah, what is that song about?
You know, it's deep, man. I was on YouTube. I was listening to beats. There's a producer by the name of Sagi Mura who made that beat. I was leaving campus. I'm listening to it in the car. The song starts. The beat starts. Every time that bass would hit, like, boom, with the bass and the guitar, like, the first thoughts in my mind was just, run it up, run. Like, I couldn't think of nothing else to say.
Yeah.
And after, like, 2-3 days of just listening to that beat and feeling like, oh, this is crazy, I recorded it. Freestyle, like, the joint was just like, run it up, run. If you see my boys outside, you can't run away. And then it's like, it was emotional. I let my cousin Sterling hear it. Shout out Sterling. Shout out Every Knee Shall Bow. And then he flipped some stuff around on there, and like he gave me the idea to put that intro there where I'm like in the beginning just talking. We did those things. We did some other things. We sent it off to the good man Yugi to master it. I recorded it and mixed it. I got some cover art from my homie Reed, and then we dropped it.
Dang, just like that.
Just like that. And now the next phase from here is just pushing it further on TikTok, because, you know, TikTok is...
What's that?
It's like the best way to go viral, to make a song get streams and stuff.
Yeah.
Get it popping on TikTok.
Yeah. No, I know what TikTok is. I was just being silly. But why do you think people say drop it? Like, what's the... Like, when we release music, why is it like drop?
Drop the music?
Yeah, we just dropped my new single.
Yeah, we just dropped... I don't know.
What is that?
We don't say catch. I mean, imagine you're holding something and you just
my new single.
You just let it go. I guess you just dropped it. Like, oh, I'm holding on to it. I'm gatekeeping it, and now I'm releasing it. Maybe that's what it is.
You released it, so the release makes sense because you're like, go on.
I feel like releasing and dropping are like the same thing.
Yeah, but it's weird that they're similar. It's the English language, probably.
Perhaps.
Because it's like to release and drop. It's like. One release is a drop is implying gravity is going to
going down.
It's just going to fall down because you can't drop it up, can you?
No, but if you release something, it can go up like a dove.
So that's the difference. Is like I guess we would use that in the same context though.
Yeah, I guess so.
Which is interesting to me. Drop and release.
Man, oh man, oh man.
I don't know. English wasn't my first language, and I'm still trying to understand why people say what they say.
What was your first language?
Latvian.
And what area is that?
It's near. It's in Latvia, and it's next to Russia. But
can you speak Latvian?
Yeah. No, just kidding.
For a second, I thought you were actually doing. Yeah, no, all right, well, say hello. My name is John Clark, and I like to look at the sunset.
It's been probably 27 years.
Oh, you can't speak it no more?
No, I haven't.
Dang,
I haven't said many words, but I could pretend.
Like just then, you. That was crazy, man.
You ever make up languages when you were a kid?
1,000%.
Because I used to do that. Because it would be like secret codes to avoid our parents knowing what we're talking about.
I was making up words and everything, bro.
You were a single sibling?
I got 3 siblings. I got a younger brother, an older brother, and then an older sister who's older than everybody. Yeah.
So you were the youngest?
Almost the youngest. I'm like in the middle.
Dang.
Yeah.
So like being the middle child, you were kind of like the one that got the most attention?
Nah, I mean, usually people talk about this thing called middle child syndrome, where you actually get the least amount of attention. It's usually the youngest one that gets a lot of attention. I didn't feel like I was neglected growing up. I only even mention it because my mom even came to me one time and like I think she even apologized for maybe not spending as much time with me as maybe some of my other siblings. I didn't know though. Granted, these are like really early ages here. And so that's one stigma of the middle child. You know, I don't know what people think, but I mean, you know, birth order definitely affects you for sure. Like your youngest is gonna be really great with people. That's just a given. It's always gonna be that way.
Did you like make up games? Like what was it like growing up?
Man, we was in Minnesota. You know, St. Paul to be exact. I was born in a house. I still know where the house is. I won't say the address because some other people live there now. But yeah, like I was born there, 1998. 2 years later, I get my younger brother, Caleb. He's born. Now there's 4 of us. And then we're all homeschooled. My mom, shouts out to my mom. She homeschooled us. Shouts out my pops. You know, he was working, you know, to keep the lights on while she was homeschooling us. And so then early life, you know, my mom, she taught me how to read, how to write. She put me in guitar lessons when I was 5.
Oh, sick.
Piano lessons as well. And then my teachers, especially my guitar teacher, you know, special shout out to Mr. Fuzzy, wherever you are. Yes.
And was he a bear?
He was not a bear. Okay. I don't even know why people called him that. That's just what everybody called him. He would let me do whatever I wanted to do in guitar class. I could follow along what he was doing, or he would literally just let me just strum the keys.
How fuzzy was he?
Whoa. That went over my head.
Yeah.
He was super cool, bro. Super cool, you know, and I was playing the guitar and I just kept doing it. It was always fun to play the keys and whatnot. My mom put me in every extracurricular activity known to man.
Soccer?
Yes.
Volleyball?
No, that was only for the girls at that time.
Yeah, that's true. That's why I was like, maybe.
But I did everything else that you can imagine.
Table tennis?
Yes.
Dang.
Go ahead.
Hockey?
Yes.
You played hockey?
Yes.
That's so cool.
And even speed skating, bro.
Dang.
I don't even know where you can find speed skating nowadays.
I love that. What, rollerblading?
Yep, I did that.
That's awesome.
Taekwondo.
Karate?
I didn't do traditional karate. I did capoeira. I got into jiu-jitsu and Muay Thai myself like a few years ago. But yeah, I did everything. I was exposed to everything, bro. I love my childhood coming up. Like, I'm so thankful. I wouldn't change anything. I literally wouldn't change anything. I moved to Maryland 2008, right when Obama was getting elected. And then that was when I got introduced to the DMV and all of these different slangs. Everyone's calling everyone Mo. And people are saying stamp. Everyone's wearing the Nike foam posits. And Helly Hansen was really big at that time. And then people was even low-key getting robbed for their clothes and their shoes a little bit at this time. I don't hear reports of that happening anymore. Found out about go-go.
Oh, yeah.
Found out about, you know, the pocket beat, the bounce beat. I learned about like, you know, just like DMV rap, like the flows that people have and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then around this time, I'm making my own beats. I'm listening to what's on the radio. I'm listening to what's around me. I get even in my own go-go band. Like my older brother started it. It was a gospel go-go band associated with our church. So, you know, we was bouncing it for the Lord. You know what I'm saying? And so we doing these things. And yeah, I'm just working my way through life, having experiences. I'm still homeschooled at this point. And then it was 2016. That's when I went to Howard University. That was like my first time in like school, like every day. Full class workload. And then at this point, that's when I'm freestyling over the beats. Just, I'm literally here in front of my peers. We're all in this auditorium. It's an open mic. It's like maybe like 70 people in there. I'm sitting at the table with my younger brother. You know me, I'm just trying to keep it cool. I'm not even trying to do too much. And then like, I just hear this voice tell me like, get up and go freestyle in front of everybody. And I'm thinking in my head like, that is so bizarre.
Yeah.
You want me to go off the dome? No beat.
Not
just
prepared.
Nothing, just bars. But I guess, you know, I wanted to make a name for myself. I mustered up the strength and I did it, you know, and I guess it worked. I always encourage people, if you have an idea, you never tried it, go do it, you know.
What's the worst that can happen?
Exactly. And so I just kept doing it. And here we are, tens of thousands of streams later.
Damn, you're the changed man.
Oh, for sure. I mean, how could I not be? So much has happened from the beginning of this artistic journey up until now, and it's still going. Like, ultimately, I do this music stuff. Ultimately for the platform to share the gospel. I'm outing myself now. I mean, I know I have some profanity in my music. I'm 100% a Christian rapper, bro. And it's like, even as you know, like, I don't, like, try to talk about God. I'm going to end up just talking about God regardless. It's just, like, where I'm at. And then now it's 2024. I'm at a different school now. I go to Capital Technology. I'm studying construction management. I got to do homework tomorrow. Yeah. I literally don't know how to do this assignment that's due Sunday. I literally don't know. And I don't like school. I hate that I have to do this, but I got to do this.
Why do you have to do it?
I mean, it's a smart thing to do. You know, it's what my parents, they want me to do it. I mean, I want to do it too. There's opportunities in school. I don't want to just put all of my financial independence on just music right now. I'm not making a lot of money from doing this.
Right.
And so I got like a year and a half left and I can graduate.
Yeah, there's something about letting go of that safety net and just going full force into something, the unknown. I think that I've run my business off of that for the last like 3-4 years, and it's somehow worked out. And I think it's because there's no like turning back, and I try to not I have to make it work every month, and like I be resourceful. And it keeps me sharp, keeps me on my toes. So I never know even what tomorrow will bring. Yeah. I have like plans, but I'm just like scheduling things and like, hey, if someone reaches out and then I'm working on this, or now I'm doing this mix for someone else. Oh yeah. Now I'm doing this. So
that's good, man.
It's on the fly, but I think that there's something about just being completely gung ho on that one dream, trying to figure out how to make that happen, and not worried about making it like the other things, because it'll work itself out. Like the worst that could happen, you still live with your parents, you know.
Yeah, man, I definitely want to get my own place soon. I'm still very thankful though for them still being so supportive of me. Yeah, you know, because some other people, they'd kick their kids out by now and been like, all right, bro, you got 6 months and then you're done.
Yeah. It's like, I mean, there was a period of time that I had to convince my parents what I was doing because they thought I was making bad choices. Wow. And like they didn't really trust my music game. Like, that's when they hear that you're gonna be in music, they don't think of a positive. Oh, this is a good idea.
Like, especially when it's rap. It's like, nah, bro, that's not it.
So your parents, are they judgmental towards your rapping, especially with the profanity?
I mean, starting out, it wasn't even much really to say. I think 2017, 2018, 2019, when I left Howard University, because I had lost my scholarship because I didn't keep my GPA up high enough. I literally had to keep a 3.3. I got like a 3.29. You're done. Get him out of here. So I left. And then, yeah, there was definitely some conversations I had with my mom. You know, she even told me one time, why do you want to waste your life doing this? I never forgot that.
That's harsh.
It was harsh, but at the same time, it made me even want to go harder.
Yeah.
Because I'm the type of person where if I really want something, it's really gonna take a lot for me to stop. If I really want this, I'm gonna like thug it out for a brick. And so, you know, I don't hold anything against my mom or anybody who questioned my, you know, passion in music, because when you get a passion, it's not given to everybody else. It's given to you. They don't understand
you.
Yeah, and like I think everybody can understand having a vision for something and other people not understanding it. I feel like that's just part of the rites of passage of doing something innovative. You know, like even my mom's decision to homeschool me and my siblings was not very common,
right?
You know, at the time, and she received a lot of criticism for that, but she still did it. I love doing things that people tell me I shouldn't do. I love proving people wrong. I love it when people think, he can't do that, or why are you doing this, and I'm gonna do it anyway. Because people in their opinions, they try to be so incredibly restrictive. And I'm like, I even see some people who are completely controlled by other people's opinion, and I feel sorry for them, because it's like, you're not even fully living life. You care so much what other people think about you. You won't even just be honest.
Yeah.
You know?
Look at yourself in the mirror.
Yeah.
That's
like what thing. Iroh told Prince Zuko, like, who are you and what do you want? You know what I'm saying? For all my Avatar The Last Airbender people out there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a good series. I did watch some of it.
Spectacular.
Yeah, that was really good. No, I do believe that though. I think that no one will know your story and how much you want something more than you, and sometimes it does take that negative drive. I know a lot of my motivation has come from people doubting me, and being kind of, I didn't have such a great self-love early on, and me wanting to find out how to like become the best version of myself. And I think through that journey, there's just a lot of, you know, like what you were mentioning, the ups and downs of like that self-doubt that creeps in, and then also the highs when you come up with like a song that you love so much, but then you release and you think that it's going to do well and it doesn't, and then you're like, whoa, then you're you know, it's a little shaky, and then you're like trying to rediscover yourself, like every time that you expected something and it didn't end up happening. And it's like you just have to keep pivoting. And I think I think as creatives, that's just the name of the game, is innovation and figuring out how to forge our own path. And I think all of us are that way, actually. Yeah. But it's just about being able to let go of the reins and just be free and just be, you know what, this is what I believe in. I'm going to try to do this. I'm going to put everything in my power to make it work. And that's another reason why I started the podcast, and I'm already seeing it work.
It is, bro. It's doing great. I looked at the page, like, from the time frame you've started till now, it's grown. People are watching. Soon you're going to have one of those, like, big podcast names and have, like, a bunch of people watching and whatnot.
Yeah, I'm excited because it's already, I hit, like, 230,000 views in the last 90 days.
That's major, bro.
Yeah, and
giving you a high five.
Dude, thanks, man.
Oh, boy, that.
Yeah, right. That is cool. I can do a high five, too.
Yeah. Hey, man, you working out so much. I heard it.
It's like I did it on purpose, man. No. Yeah, no, it's definitely coming together. But, you know, part of it is that, like, I'm trying to create a platform where people, it's like, especially as creatives, sometimes we feel like we need to keep our opportunities to ourselves because we're like, oh, we finally got what we wanted. And I think the way that I grow is that I try to be as, like, forthcoming with what I can offer to people, because you never know what they're willing to also give in return. It's not even about that, but, like, you know, like, there's things that happen from genuine interest in one another that you start building and growing, and you know, offering that initial value and just being like, hey, I'm willing to put a spotlight on you. It's not always about me trying to, as an artist, I got to push my own music, I got to push my drive. Like, it's not about that. It's for people getting to know your environment, getting to know how you see things, how you communicate with people, like their stories, what you resonate with.
Absolutely, man. So
that's what I try to do with the podcast, and also just finding, it's so awesome that you were so down on a last second, like, request. Hey, you want to come through tomorrow?
Oh man, absolutely. I love sitting down and just chopping it up. I'm gonna go back and watch this video. share with all my people, man.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, I mean that's the thing too. Is just like it's a time capsule we're capturing, and it's just
it is, and we're gonna look back on this 2 years from now and be like, wow.
Like, yeah, like so we had no idea what we were talking about back then.
Man, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be deep.
Yeah, it is. I think we learned so much from even expressing ourselves that we look back on. Yeah. Because I think that as soon as you bring a thought into fruition, it's like now it's either you agree or disagree with it, and then you can determine if you still align with what you said. Yeah. And that's what I love about the steady stream of consciousness. It's just letting that flow go through you as an artist too, like my 100%. Beats, I just let the music just keep flowing.
You get it, bro. Like a lot of this is not originating from me. I can never take credit for even my sound. Like, to be real with you, brother, like you said you like my sound. I gotta give credit to God. Like, yeah, I took piano and guitar lessons. I wasn't paying attention in those classes. You know, I had a cousin that was trying to teach me music theory. I just never paid attention. Like the melodies and things I do artistically, it's a grace from God. I can't take credit for it. I'll never fully take credit for it. You know, and even moving forward, like this year, I'm very excited to see what melodies I get. Cause I be hearing this stuff like when the download clicks in my head, usually around like sometimes 3 or 4 a.m. Boom, it's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, no, I definitely resonate with that. So I wanted to at least close out with some unreleased music.
Oh boy,
yeah,
rubbing our hands together.
Yeah. So what's the name of the song, and then I could play it through this speaker.
Okay. All right. So this is unreleased. This is I'm gonna keep it real with you, and I might put this out this year. I might not. We'll see how it goes. But you about to hear it right now. 22. Hop in the car and he moves. I get whatever I like. Sometimes I don't know what I should go do. Float in the air like a kite. It gets to a point that you still gotta win if you lose. I'm praising Jesus Christ. Let the buck cook when I hop in the booth in the stew. I make whatever I like, and I promise that I am not smoking. I'm telling the truth, but I'm still high like a kite. You treated me differently than the way I would treat you. No, you're not doing me right. You feeling me, and I told you that I'm feeling you. So why are we wasting the time? We grow apart and there's nothing left that we can do. No, we cannot rest. And the people are calling me JC, but I'm not the one that was born in a manger. Surrounded by all of these faces, but honestly everyone looks like a stranger. Music my therapy, I had a session and I just released all my anger. They wanna know how I got so many flows, and I told them I got many flavors. I did not know that my life would end up like this, but I'm just down for the ride. If I get a bag and then walking them all, and I'm taking the things I desire. Level up, level up, level up. Every single day I gotta go higher. I'm closing my eyes and then lifting my hands. I need Jesus to send me more fire. Hey, look, I'm back on the road to riches, and we don't gotta roll the bridges. I'm doing fine, I'm counting these digits. To be honest, I don't know the limit. You gon' take it cause I'm gonna give it. I ain't never been a gimmick, and I'm playing for real in the scrimmage. Dog, they could've been right there. They could've been right there. Hey, I guess nobody cares. I guess nobody really cares. You can watch, but please don't stare. I feel like I'm Ric Flair. Please put your hands in the air. Wave them like you don't care. Hey. It was hard rapping that without punching in and punching out. I was like,
that sounded dope. You should definitely release that.
I'm gonna put that out for sure.
That's it.
We're gonna release everything, bro. We're just gonna flood the streets.
Yeah.
We're just gonna flood the streets. You right. And then this song right here, bro, like I'm just talking about being tired, bro. Like being emotionally tired and kind of just being done with just like. Sometimes you don't feel like pushing anymore. Like you feel like you're already doing so much, and you be like, nah, you gotta keep going. I'm like, huh.
Okay. There we go.
I'm still trying to run it up. You know what I'm saying? I'm still trying to run it up. Yeah. Yeah, just gonna let that ride out for a second. Yeah. I'm still trying to run it up. I think my patience running up. I hear people talking down, they don't know what they talking about. I'm trying to break out, I'm not afraid now. I need a break, I guess I gotta keep going. Take a look at my eyes, I'm tired. Someone light me up cause I'm on fire. Do you still wanna be on top? What's required? Got me crying out to Jesus with the choir. Can't you see that I'm on fire? Angels pull me higher. Demons try to hold me back, but the devil is a liar. I remember who believed in me, yeah. Tell me what the people see, ay. Going to sleep and then waking up bright in the morning, I'm seeing a brand new day. Nobody knows all of the pain and the struggle I live with just to be jailed. They see me and ask how I'm doing, I tell them I'm fine. Even though inside I'm crying, everyone's tripping so quick and still moving fast. But I wanna press it, I'm still trying to run it up. I think my patience running out. I hear people talking down, they don't know what they talking about. I'm trying to break out, I'm not afraid. I need a break, I guess I gotta keep going. Take a look at my eyes, I'm tired. Someone light me up, now I'm on fire. Do you still wanna be on top? What's required? Got me crying out to Jesus with the choir, yeah. I was just talking about the rustle and bustle of life. You wake up, you go to work, you clock in, you clock out, you go to sleep, you wake up, you do it again.
Dang. That's awesome.
Thank you.
So good, so good.
Thank you, man.
Dang. Yeah, I mean, music speaks for itself. It's such an amazing thing. It just transcends you in a certain space, and it's like
in that realm of imagination, and you start thinking about stuff while you were listening to the song. Like, oh yeah, I'm doing this, I'm doing that.
That's how you know you're doing it well too.
Yeah, playing those scenarios in your head.
I love it. It's just an escape. And I mean, you got a good voice too. So where did you sang growing up or something?
Yeah, I was in church choirs growing up, and then I would always just make random noises and just gibberish when I was younger throughout the house. Yeah, you know, all of that stuff. Yeah, and then I'll just be singing stuff like, yeah, what's up? Hey, what's up, man? You know?
Yeah, hey, what's up? Hello.
Yeah, exactly. I just be singing stuff, and then I love playing with my voice, bro. And that's why, like, even one of my favorite vocalists in the game, for sure, Young Thug. I feel like he opened up the door for a lot of people to do a lot of stuff. And then even now, I be listening to Playboy Cardi. Like, even though he be doing a lot of devil stuff, I still listen to his music because, like, the stuff he does with his voice,
yeah,
I like that. It's like you got bars, but then you can use your voice as an instrument. And so I'm the type where I really like tone, flow, pitch, you know, melodies. That's really where my head is.
What do you think about Young Thug's situation?
Man, it is an interesting situation.
You've been watching the case?
For sure, but I think it's weird that they're trying to use lyrics to, like, indict him. Like, they were in the court playing Lifestyle.
I saw that.
And I'm like...
No one was nodding their head. But like,
they was fighting it so hard. Like, you could tell they wanted to be like, did a lot of shit just to live this here lifestyle. Like, come on, bro. I think somebody just really wanted to hear that.
They did.
That song dropped in 2014.
Like, how is that even evidence?
I don't even know. Like, what are you trying to say?
He did a lot of stuff to play that song.
They just wanted to play the song, bro. Y'all are fans, bro.
Yeah.
I want to see him get released. I want to see him get a second chance to be on the outside. And just, you know, I want to see him. Ultimately, bro, I want all of these people, of course, to have a revelation of Jesus Christ, bro. Turn to the light for good. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what he was doing behind closed doors. I don't know what anybody's ever doing. But, you know, I like to see people get a second chance, you know, like just on the outside. You know, a lot of people look up to him. You know?
Yeah. I mean, they're definitely trying to... I think he did a lot of the things that he's accused for. But I don't think... I don't know. What do you think the connection between... being a YSL in the YSL record label versus YSL gang? Do you think there's actually a similarity, or is it just two different entities and they just decide, you know what?
I mean, personally, I don't think YSL is a gang at all, you know? I think it really was inspired by, you know, Yves Saint Laurent, if I said that right, the YSL brand, the clothing. And I mean, I'm not affiliated with them. I don't know what they was doing.
You're not YSL?
Nah. No, what type of question is that? Are you an FBI agent? It's like, gotta bring that back, man.
Yeah, I am.
Nah, man.
But
that was funny.
Yeah.
Nah, bro, I'm not YSL, bro. I want to buy some YSL.
Yeah. You're under arrest, man.
Hey, yo, shucks. Oh man.
Yeah, it's weird that they're using lyrics and like trying to use the whole music angle to say he's a gang member.
Yeah, I think I seen 21 Savage. He recently was quoted saying like, all of his music is strictly just for play. It's not real. It's just like.
They have to say that now.
At this point now, people are just saying, yup, it's not even real. It never happened. It's all fabricated.
I woke up today, and it's like, no, it didn't even happen. Like, allegedly, all of this stuff.
Super allegedly, bro. You cannot incriminate yourself, man.
Viewer discretion advised.
Even in my own life, bro, I'm super careful about the things I say to people, bro. Like, you never know who's listening, who might be recording stuff, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I'm recording this.
Facts. I'm being careful about the things I say.
That's good.
Shouts out all my peoples, though. You know, shouts out Aqua.
YSL.
Hey. He trying to get me caught up.
I'm just kidding.
You know what I'm saying? I'm out here podcast. Hey, shout out Jamie, you know. She wants to do podcasting. I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
For sure, Ski.
She a singer?
Nah, she's not a singer.
Oh, okay. And she got no chance.
What?
Nah, just kidding.
What do you mean no chance?
Just kidding. I'm just feeling so goofy right now. I'm getting ready to just party. Like, I'm in that.
Oh, yeah,
headspace.
you are about to go to the thing.
Yeah, I'm just like, I'm feeling kind of funny right now, but
no, I feel goofy too, bro.
Yeah,
you should probably turn these cameras off before I really start saying too much.
Yeah, exactly. I've said too much already.
I may have already said too much, but we was talking about aliens, bro. I might get a knock on the door.
Oh,
hey, if anything happens to me, I am not suicidal. I love my life, and I do not have any mental health issues. Have not been diagnosed with anything.
No shrooms.
Never did shrooms, bro.
Okay.
I don't do drugs at all.
That's what's up.
You know,
you drink?
I do drink wine on occasion. I do like some wine. I don't smoke either, but not even because, like, I had a horrible trip off of edible in 2020. I almost died. I had a seizure. You know, I'm not going to name the individual who gave it to me. You know who you are.
Okay.
But it's not your fault. Well, it would have been kind of.
Hey, he set you up.
He didn't know.
Okay.
It was 100 milligrams. And my tolerance was at 0. And so, yeah, that was a crazy time.
Well, I'm glad you're here with us.
I'm glad I'm here too in the land of the living.
Yes, sir. Any closing words?
Closing words. As always, man, look. God got a plan for your life. Everything you need has already been deposited within you. Everybody that's supposed to be there is there. And if you're going through a tough time, it's not always going to be this way. You're going to make it through. Think about when you were stressed about that situation in the past. You made it through that situation, right? You're going to make it through this situation. Right when you even think about giving up is right when the breakthrough is coming. And, yeah, Jesus loves you. Walk in the light. Let's get it.
Boom. Run it up.
Run it up.
Yeah. Well, where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at John Clark 4K. You can find me on TikTok at John Clark 4K. You can find me on Twitter at John Clark, the number 4 and the letter K. Just like this podcast. It's probably in 4K, isn't it?
It is, actually.
Excellent.
Yeah. Excellent. Yeah, well, I was going to say something. Was John Clark your real name?
That is my real name.
That's cool. Why'd you decide John Clark?
You know, it just, I couldn't run away from it, bro. Like, I tried to think of a name. Like, I was going to call myself this and I was going to call myself that. But then,
YSL Clark?
There's a producer by the name of Nick Tesla.
Oh, that's cool.
And he told me, he was like, bro, like, you could just go by John Clark. That's a solid name. That sounds like a name that niggas would listen to. And then, like, at first it was John Clark the rapper. That just never felt right. And then I'm like, come on, bro, it's John Clark. That's who you really
that
are.
is cool.
Just stop trying.
John Clark. That's what's up.
Yup.
Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Go subscribe and check out the Patreon that we're going to be. You guys can support the channel. And I'm really bad at outros. So I'll catch you guys later.